Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do our first set of alternatives for the May 2025 paper pumpkin kit called Mountain Majesties. So as you all know, I'm trying to get caught up, so we're going to get through May and June before the end of the month so that we can start fresh in July with in August, sorry, we can start fresh in August with the kit that's coming out this month in July. So, we're going to start with this one today. Before we get started, though, I wanted to let you guys know that the paper pumpkin kits, the current sales period is going to run through August the 10th. And this is kind of a sneak peek of what's in the kit. It only tells us that there are going to be an additional stamp set. So in the kit, you're going to get 2 stamp sets. And this one looks like there's a sentiment that says, always here for you. And there's this little darling little teapot. And I'm not sure. This looks like flowers and some more sentiments. And maybe this almost looks like bubbles, but it could be flowers. I'm not sure, but it'll be interesting to see when we get it. So, there'll be a link in the description below if you want to sign up and be part of our paper pumpkin community, and you can start creating alternatives right along with me. And so here's a sneak peek at this would be the September kit. And so it's going to be fall for toil, it says, and it looks like some really pretty fall colors. And it looks like there's an acorn stamp set, and there's a little fox here. So I don't know if this is going to be a stamp. Maybe. But it's also going to coordinate with a new suite that's going to be out in the September to December mini catalog. So this looks like a darling autumn fall suite. It's got some deer in this die and a nice tree. Looks like a couple of die sets and some lovely paper over here. I just love fall colors. Okay, so let's get started with this one today. If you have any questions about that, leave me a comment. I'd be glad to help you get signed up so we can go through this journey together. So today we're going to do a couple of easy cards, and we're going to transition into this more masculine card set from what we did last month, which was way more feminine. So we're going to start with a piece of, this is gray granite. And it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to give it a nice burnish so it lays flat. I've got an inside piece that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I've got, so this is half of one of the card bases. So I just sliced this in half to make 2 cards out of 1. And we're just going to take the real easy route here. And we're going to just put it down on our card base. Before we do that, though, I want to take this is linen thread, and I'm going to wrap it around our card base here. So we're just going to kind of go around. Let's see, I want to tie a bow, so I'm just going to leave enough to go around a couple of times and leave ourselves some room for a bow. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna leave us plenty. We can chop it later if it's too long. So we've got it around once. I'd like to get it around again, but I don't think I left myself enough. Well, that's not good. Hang on. Now I lost the end. Okay. All right. So we'll just take it once. It's fine. I don't think I have enough to get it around twice. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, we're good. Let's just straighten this out just a little bit so we have kind of even on both sides. Okay. Now, I'm going to tie a bow. I want the bow to be more to the right hand edge of the card. So, scoot it over a little bit. There we go. So we'll get this tied. Okay, so we're just going to leave it like that for now. We'll straighten it up and make it pretty here in a minute. Okay, so we're going to put this down on our card base. So let's use some seal on this. And we'll just put this in the middle. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then we're going to put this tree. This was a pop-out piece out of the kit. So I want to put it to the side here, just like this. We got our bow out of the way. There we go. So we're going to put the tree down like this. So let's see, we'll go ahead and put some more seal on here. And we'll get our tree down. Just line it up with the edge here. Oops, not straight at the bottom. Let's get it straight at the bottom. Okay, there we go. And then I've got another piece of gray granite somewhere. Here it is. That I want to just put across the bottom here. But before we do, we're going to stamp on it. So we're going to stamp and then we're going to fix our bow. Because it's really bothering me a bit. So let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Straighten up our tails. All right, we're going to cut the tails in a minute maybe. So let's get our stamping. So in this kit came this stamp set. And we've got, what do we got here? We've got some birds. And I think we might use the birds here on our background. And we've got a sentiment that says, "You mean the world to me." So I think we're going to use this one today. So let me get it off. And we'll get these on a block. So let me try to get this straight. I like to use the lines on the glass mat to make sure that I'm picking the stamp up as straight as I can. Okay, and since this is new and we haven't used it, I'm going to, rub it off so we can get that film off of it. And I'm going to be using black memento today. So we're just going to stamp on this, but toward the right-hand side. So let's ink this up. We're going to do a practice stamp. I always like to stamp off, at least once just to see if it's what it looks like. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we know it's going to stamp good, so let's ink it up again. I'm going to put this against the line on the glass mat so we know it's straight. And my stamp is as straight as possible, so we're just going to go, like I said, more to this right-hand side. You mean the world to me. Okay. Now, we're also going to, so this is going to go here. And then, let's put some birds up here in the sky. So, let's see. I don't know. I think it's this way that the birds fly. So we'll get this. We're going to season this one. And let's do a practice one of this too, just to make sure that I've got it on the block right and our birds don't look upside down. Because we don't need any upside down birds. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So we'll ink this up again. And we're just going to put some of these right up here. Let's see, which side? Let's go this side. And there we go. We've got birds. Yay! There's another little tiny flock of birds on here. It's just got like 3 little ones. Let's put another up here. See what this looks like. This one's so tiny. This one is tiny to the point where you can't push very hard, because if you do, it distorts the image. So this is okay. You got to be kind of careful with the tinier stamps, because if you push too hard, they distort. Okay, that looks good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's do one more right here. Okay, so there's our birds. Put our lid back on the ink. We don't want any ink disasters today. So, let's see. We're going to put some seal on this. We're just going to put this here at the bottom. Right along here. There we go. And we'll put get our bow loops looking well. Okay, I'm going to trim this one off just a little here. This side's just a little long. Okay, there we go. I'll trim this one too so they look even. Okay, perfect. Yay. All right, now for the inside. What are we going to do for the inside? So let's do, what else is on this stamp set? Let's see if I can read this. Upside down. It says, I love you, best dad ever. You're the greatest, and happy Father's Day. So these, and there's a happy birthday too. So this was, came out in May, so it would have been good for June Father's Day cards, but you can do, let's do the one that says you're the greatest. We'll put that on the inside. So we'll get this one down. Make sure I'm doing it right side up and not upside down. So I'm going to line that up. The tinier the stamp, the harder it is to work with, actually. So let's see. Let's put it on this block. Okay, we'll season this one. And we'll ink this up. Oops. Okay, that's not good. Hang on. Hang on. Has anybody else ever done that? You pick the block up and you try to ink up the stamp and you got the block upside down. I do that all the time. It's crazy. All right. We've got it right now. Again, I'm going to do a test stamp. There we go. Okay, so a little bit of ink. Line our card up. We'll go on. You're the greatest. Okay, perfect. Except, you know what I did? Ha! I did it the wrong way. Let's do that again. Oh my goodness. My brain is not working today. Yeah. And it's early in the morning. Shouldn't be a problem. Maybe it's too early. Okay. One more time. Good thing we can turn the cardstock over. Good thing it has two sides to it, right? Okay. So now we'll put this down. In the middle here. Okay, and then I've got some, these are pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive dots. I'm going to put a couple of these pecan pie ones at the top. Where's my take your pick tool? Here it is. Okay, so let's use, we'll just do a few of these right here. There's one. Let's do a couple little ones. We'll do where. Let's do one here. And then one. I can pick another one up. We'll do one. Places. How about right here? Okay. There we go. And that's the finishing touches on that one. Cute, simple, didn't take much time. So let's move on to our second card. Our second card is going to be pretty simple too. Let me just put my dots away here. Okay, so I've got a card base that's Misty Moonlight and 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to burnish this. White piece for the inside is 4 by 5 1/4. Again, I'm taking another whole card base, cut it in half. So this is, half of that. And we're going to put that right on the front of this. Kits like this that come with all these pretty, card bases, these can do all the work for you. But it's nice to take them and jazz them up a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little. So we've got that on the front. We've got, I took the the Hugs a Bloom, oh, not that one, this one. The Hugs a Bloom set that we've been working with the last month or so. And I cut a label out of this die, out of here. So this is out of Lost Lagoon. And we're going to stamp on this and put this kind of right in the middle. So I'm thinking, let's see. What do we want for this one? Oh, let's just do Happy Birthday. This Happy Birthday that was on here. Or actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to put To a Wonderful Man on the outside. And we'll put Happy Birthday on the inside. So that week we can use all the stamps. So we'll get this one on a block here. Oops. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to drop it. That was loud. Okay. Season that up. We'll test our stamp one more time. See and make sure. Oh, I like the writing on this one. Oh, how sweet is that? Okay, so let's use this one. I'm going to put that right in the middle of our little label here. Right there. Okay, we're going to put that up on some dimensionals up there. And then we'll take our Happy Birthday. And we'll put that on a block. And let's see, we'll straighten it up here. And let's see what this looks like. I think it has some of the same font as the other one. So the birthday is in the script. I like this. This is so cool. Okay. So now let's make sure we do it the right way. So this way. Okay. We're going to get this down right in the middle. Oops. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. It's flip cardstock over day. Let's try one more time. I'll just leave it there for just a sec. There we go. Okay. Second time's a charm, right? All right. So we're going to get this on the inside. And then we're going to put a piece of ribbon on the outside with this in just a second here. So let me get the inside done. So this is the bad side. And we'll get this in here. Okay. Now, so I want to pop this up, so let's put some dimensionals on this. We want to give this a little height on our card. Just gives it some extra dimension and some interest. Yeah, it's okay if you want to put it flat too. You don't have to pop it up. I just like to pop things up every once in a while. Okay, so we're going to take this piece of, this is, what is this called? Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. So we're going to kind of just, I think I have too much cut here, but we're just going to kind of loop this and make a, just like a loop-de-loop, I call it. So I'm just going to kind of do something like this. Hang on, let me get this one turned the right way. Okay, so we can do that. Looks pretty good. Okay, I think I want to take a mini glue dot though. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to grab one of these off of here. I'm just going to kind of put that down there and see if I can move this over here so it'll kind of stick. There we go. And we'll put this right in the middle, which will also help keep the ribbon down. The dimensionals will. So there you go. So let's just trim our ends just a tad bit here. That looks pretty good. They look even now. Okay, cool. Now, the dots that I'm going to use on this one are called, if I can get them out of the package here. Oh my goodness. I haven't had him out in a while. There we go. So, these are adhesive backed pearls, and they're in a couple of colors. I think this is kind of a Lost Lagoon here in the middle. And if it's not, though, it looks really pretty and it'll go with our card. So let's put one here. These are all the same, so there's no difference in size. I'm gonna get the last little one off here. Come on. There we go. We'll put it... Where? How about right here? Okay. And there's that. So simple, easy, and how very cute. So here are our two that we did today. Pretty simple cards. We didn't do a lot. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified when I upload. We've got several more to come from this kit and several more to come from the June kit. And my goal is to be all done with those two by the end of July so we can start fresh in August. If you have any, questions or comments, leave those below. I like talking to you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Have a crafty day. Bye.